All right. And now, so that's the end of the Chinese section. Now we get to the poems, which is what I think a lot of you were waiting for. So
Okay.
one of these poems is not my own. Some of you may know it. It's called The First Tooth. Then we've got Crab Apples, Curried Crab, and The Unfeeling Hippo. It is. Ooh, okay, I don't have much time, so let's see how many of these we get done. And suggested songs. You're free to take a screenshot of this if you want. But these are songs, these are soca songs that deal with jealousy and envy. Soca tunes.
Mhm.
I couldn't think of any calypsos. I
Mm.
couldn't think of any calypsos that deal with jealousy and envy. And I said, that's odd. I said, calypsos deal with every manner, at every topic you could think of, you know. So if anybody thinks of any calypso, please let me know so I can add it to the list. Um, Suggested songs again. These are a set of pop songs by different people who you may or may not know. So if you want to get this list from me afterwards, I'll be happy to send it for you. You can look them up. Different perspectives of jealousy and envy. And okay, so this is our first poem now. The First Tooth. The First Tooth. Through the house with busy joy, just because the infant boy has a tiny tooth to show. I have got a double row, all as white and all as small, yet no one cares for mine at all. He can say but half a word, yet that single sounds preferred to all the words that I can say in the longest summer day. He cannot walk, yet if he put with mimic motion out his foot, as if he thought he were advancing, it's prized more than my best dancing.
Wow.
So this is by
Nice.
Charles and Mary Lamb from England.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a couple questions, but we don't have to make this so um formal. I mean, what does that poem bring to mind when you think of jealousy and envy? I'll tell you what it brought for mind to me after you guys tell me what it brought to mind for you.
The prodigal son.
The prodigal son, like in the prodigal son. Ah, the prodigal son. The prodigal son and the prodigal son's brother.
Brother.
The brother.
Yeah.
Ah, that's interesting. Because the prodigal son's brother was jealous of his brother.
Yeah.
Sibling rivalry.
Mm-hmm. And the typical sibling rivalry that the older one is often jealous of the attention placed on the younger.
Right. Yes. And maybe that's where people's, I don't know, I'm not a psychologist, but I kind of wondered when I read that if maybe that's where people's envy could start, where they become envious of people so easily that maybe it could have started right within the family. I mean, even if you think
Childhood
about,
trauma.
yeah, you think of
Hmm.
Joseph and his brothers. Imagine how Jacob probably used, how he used to dote on Joseph, right? That, the jealousy could have started right there, you know?
Right there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Again, parenting is so important.
correct. Like I'm an
Mm.
auntie, I have four nephews, and I have to be so careful not to show any favoritism, you know? Because I don't want them getting jealous of each other.
Yeah.
All right. So this is another piece of art. What I wanted to do, if we had the time, we'll see if we have the time, is to have us redo this. This is a, as you can tell, is a barrel of crabs, right? But what I wanted
Wow.
to do was show the crabs helping each other climb out of the barrel instead of pulling each other down. As you can see, that that's exactly what they're doing here, right?
Right.
And it's all green because, you know, green with envy. Chinese associated with
Yes.
red, which makes sense because it's associated with anger.
Right.
Why do we associate it with green?
You know, jealousy is different from envy. So envy is the
Yeah.
one with the red.
In Chinese, they kind of do what we do. They kind of mix them up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But actually, jealousy is more of I'm entitled to this and you are taking it away from me.
Right.
This
Yes.
is why God can describe himself as a jealous God. So he describes himself as a jealous God. He's jealous for the worship and the adoration that he deserves that we give to others, to idols.
I never thought of it like that. That's true. That makes sense.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. I've never had anybody break that down for me. That makes sense. Yeah.